When he gets the eventual G, I will release the apology video. How many clean sheets have they kept this season?
Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H.
Maturity. Maturity. That is the name that needs to be given to that performance right there. It's called maturity. The pressure was on. Like, for me, that is, in my opinion, one of Liverpool's most important wins. And if Liverpool do go ahead to clinch this Premier League title, I think this will look. They will go back to this as one of their key wins. Now, the reason is okay. Double H, it's only Brighton and everything. As I reiterated, if they had lost or drawn this game, they lose the title, because the key thing was how would they react. And as I expected, this was a tough win. Liverpool controlled the game. They were, of course, the better team, but they only won 1-0, and it was through a penalty. They had to work for that win. They had to really work hard for that win. And Brighton had their opportunities. As I look at that, if Fabinho doesn't make that block, who knows where that ball goes? So you've got to give a shout out to Chris Hughton, because what he's doing with this Brighton side is tops. You know, what this guy is doing with this Brighton side is 100% fully tops. But I am very impressed by how Klopp is commanding these guys. I'll keep it a stack. I'm very impressed by how he is, just the way he's marshalling these boys, how he's operating with these boys. I think it's commendable. It's commendable because I feel that Liverpool, they're aware of the noise that's happening around. Because look, this is a big deal, because this is more than just what's happening beyond the football pitch. Literally everybody who is a non-Liverpool fan were like, they lost Man City, they're going to crumble. They're going to crumble. And I think, as people have been saying, that this is only one game. It still doesn't mean that they won't crumble. It's only Brighton. But you have to understand how football works and how football psychology works. Them losing that game in the manner that they did with that goal that City scored, and how City got the momentum, it's, if they had then lost or drawn this game, you would have seen that that loss would have affected them. By them winning this game and the manner in which they won it, because yes, it was a tough game, but they controlled the game. They dictated the game. So the manner in which they won the game, go take a step back and say, no, that maybe this team just have a mental fortitude. Because now they pass it over to Man City. All right, boom, you now have to go and win on Monday to move it back to 4 points. We are not affected. We lost, fair enough, but we're not affected by that loss. Henderson is still a brick. Let's just be clear. Henderson is still a brick. But I thought this was one of the better games that Henderson had. It's one of the better games that Henderson had. It still doesn't negate him from being a brick, but I just thought his distribution, his defensive work, and just his general midfield play, I thought was very solid today. I thought it was really solid today from him. So I'm going to give a shout out to Henderson. And again, Van Dijk, man, the guy is literally like, he's almost like the father of this team. He's like the godfather of this team. Like he just has this overbearing command of everything that happens within this team. So, you know, I've got to give a shout out to that guy out there, man. So because I think what Van Dijk is doing on his defensive work and his defensive control of this team, I just think it is fully 100% great. Salah. So yeah, how many goals is he? Okay, look. Let me let me land. When he gets the eventual G, I'll release the apology video. When he gets the eventual G, I will release the apology video. But if he gets it through penalties, does it count? That's all I'm asking. Look, I'll move on. All I'm asking is it fair for me to still release the apology video if he does it through penalties? Because I'm not sure whether penalties counts. I think I was referring to open goals, but let's just put that to one side. Salah had an amazing game. Salah was the best player on the pitch because, again, which is something that I sort of alluded to previously. Almost every time that Salah touches the ball now, something positive happens. That he's now showing that he's more than just a goal scorer. He's more than just a finisher. Like his ball control, his ability to get past players, to get past the danger, how he's always making the right decisions, the passes he's making, how he makes the passes into channels. There is a confidence. There is a confidence in his play. There is a great commanding confidence in his play that I have to admire. I've got to admire it. So it's like maybe I'm wrong. Like maybe I'm wrong with this. Like maybe he has some skills. Like what? It's 2019. And in 2019, you have to hold some truths. I still need to see more. I still need to see more from him before, because I can't call him elite. I can't put him against the Pantheons with the greats. I can't put him up in the upper tier 2. He's tier 2. I can't put him in the upper tier 2. Okay, he's like mid tier 2. I can't put him in the upper tier 2s, and tier 1 is different. But I've got to admit that, because again, I told you I watch football. I don't look at stats. What is start matches? I was born in the 80s, grew up in the 90s. Guys from my ilk, guys cut from my cloth, we don't look at stats. We don't look at stats. So I'm sorry, we don't look at stats. That's not how we roll. But I'm not looking at how Salah is playing, because I'm looking at just what he's playing. I forget the goals and assists. And just his touch and what he does in the front line is actually very important, because he really sets up a lot of what Mane does, a lot of what what's this guy's name, Firmino does, and even what Roy Robertson does. He's setting them all by how he drops and he takes the ball. So, but I just thought, this performance from Liverpool, again, someone even reminded me about it on Twitter, the two flex. Can you do the two flex? What is the two flex? Let's just remind the kids of what the two flex is. Can you win big and can you win small? Liverpool during the Suarez season, they didn't have the two flex. They didn't have it. They could win big, they could win small. They could win those tight games. I'm seeing it two flex here. Like, this team just looks really solid. Because again, remind me, how many clean sheets have they kept this season? How many? These guys have kept a lot of clean sheets. So it was a big and a very important win from them. Man, you should have finished that, bro. You should have finished that. And I'll give a shout out to Fabinho. Playing in central defense, not his normal position. Homeboy played really well. He played really well, and he had, for me, a critical play for Liverpool. That block is getting for Brighton were all right. Like, you could see from Brighton that they really tried to go after Liverpool, that they played it very positively. And I think that how Houghton is managing these guys, I just think is really great, because he is really getting every player to play at a very, very high level. Very high level. And it's just down to coaching, organization, working hard, and just doing the right things on the footballing field and just making the right. Because if you make the right football plays, doesn't matter where you are as a team, doesn't matter your level, you will always have a chance. If you play football the right way, you always have a chance. But that block from Fabinho was huge. And I think Fabinho didn't look at the place. He did not look at the place. So I don't think for Fabinho, that is huge. Because again, this is a critical game, a tough game. You're moving into a position that you're not really accustomed to. And I believe Matip was on the bench. That was a huge play from Klopp. So for Klopp to leave Matip on the bench, who is a natural defender, and opt with Fabinho to go in there, which is a secondary position that he's not even used to, that was a huge call. Because he could have come out and beat him in the ass, because this was an away game against a team that is decent. So, huge win. And look, with regards to the penalty, I looked at it. That's a penalty. It's tricky to say You know, understand that it might be tricky to say, but looking at that, that's a penalty. That is definitely a penalty, man. Because there was contact. For me, there was enough contact on said player to blow. And that for me is enough, because for me there was enough contact to blow, and I just think that that's enough. For me, that's enough to say, you know what, let's ride. That's enough to me to say let's ride, because there's enough contact. What did I say? Contact. Because there was enough contact, that's enough to blow. That's more than enough to blow. So. Yeah, man. Liverpool react. They roll on. They're still top. And he said, and if you're gonna ask me now, Double H, boom, can they do it, man? There are twists and turns to come. I still feel City have that edge. They have the momentum, but this was huge from Liverpool. Because if Liverpool had lost or drawn this game, City would have smelled blood. Because City would have riled. They would have riled and they would have devalued Wolves on Monday if Liverpool would have lost, because they would have had so much confidence. But City right now, the confidence is there, but City are like, they reacted. So now we just have to just do the business. So there isn't an extra impetus for City to beat, because it's still there. They still have to know, because they have to get it back to the 4 points that we worked so hard for in our win over Etihad. But they would have been far more confident to really devour Wolves if Liverpool had dropped points. So City just have to be like, look, let's just take care of business. And Wolves because remember, Wolves drew with City at the game, at their crib. So I believe City will win. Well, you know, go on, guys, we'll sign. So yeah, man. Yeah, for Liverpool, congrats, well done. You know, well done. So briefly touch upon the Arsenal game, the Arsenal-West Ham game, which happened earlier. Felipe Anderson. And also, hey guys, can you please read my tweets? Because guys were trying to take me down for the tweets. I said maybe. Look up the word maybe. I said maybe Felipe Anderson is the best player outside of the top six. A guy said, oh my gosh, you're so reactionary. This dude has been playing well for West Ham for the past few weeks now. And every time I've seen him play, I'm not seeing West Ham play, but every time I've seen West Ham play, Felipe Anderson has looked far better than he did for Lazio, where he was underperforming. As in, the amount of guys this guy's taking on, how this guy's opening things, just how much havoc this guy causes as an individual. I'm like, no. This guy is in the conversation as one of the best players out of the top six. Because you've got him, Ruben Neves, Richarlison, Zaha, so forth. As well, no, he's in that conversation because this dude is playing tough. For Arsenal, this was a game that they could have gotten something out of this game. But for Emery, the whole point of playing Aubameyang and Lacazette is for a strike partnership. I never said Aubameyang should not be on the wing. So why aren't Aubameyang and Lacazette close together? Why aren't they forming a union where it's like a little one-two like what Cole and York used to do? I thought that was the whole idea. Guendouzi was all right. Guendouzi did all right. So I think for Arsenal, I just think it's a case of where it was a close game. They could have done more in the attack. Iwobi had a great game. And that's not me being biased. Iwobi had a great game. And I think how Iwobi has just been transformed under Emery is amazing. But I think for Emery, you need... I don't think the team knows a strategy that they can really go towards, because it's like, okay, you start with Aubameyang, you start with Lacazette, Lacazette and Aubameyang are together. Okay, Lacazette is outward. Okay, Aubameyang is outward. You have to have... If you don't have a consistency, then how can guys really fully merge and really be on the wavelength of what you want them to do? So come on, man, you got to be real. You got to be real there. So... but for West Ham, I thought it was a deserved win. Great finish from Declan Rice. Amazing work from Felipe Anderson, but also a great, superb finish from Declan Rice. And West Ham, yeah, man, Pellegrini has finally gotten them to play how he wants them to play. So it's taking some time because he's trying to make them play that continental, good, attacking, South American, flary football. And they're getting there. It's still a process. They're definitely getting there. And you just see how good Arnautovic is to them. So it would be unfortunate for them to lose him, but the manner in which he left, when he got subbed, I'm like, man, I think he's just showing to people that, look, man, I want that Chinois money, man, I want that Chinois cash. So, good. Look, man, no qualms, man. I mean, West Ham deserved the win, and for Arsenal, could this really be an unraveling? If Emery knows what's good for him, get yourself a really quality defender. Koscielny was never that good. He ain't great. And get someone to partner him with Socrates in there. So for Koscielny, Mustafi, those guys ain't great. You need to get those guys the hell out of there and just get a top tier defender who can partner Socrates. And it will be, bro, man. Let's talk about Iwobi, bro. Aubameyang, come on, bro. Like, if Aubameyang finished the chances that he should have, he would have been 2 or 3 goals clear already by now. The amount of chances this guy is missing, come on, bro. Thanks for watching the video. Now think about becoming a Football Hot patron by pledging an amount each month and then gain access to exclusive content only on the Football Hot patron page. Peace. Head over to the official site at halffootballhot.com or just click over here.